All right, here's another really interesting option for what we could do. This is going to use ABI and DCV, which I conveniently do not have installed. But that's okay. You guys know how to use ABI and DCV, so I'm going to show you what this would look like, similar to my other video today. So first up, let me remove some of these things so I can see what's happening and give you an idea of what I want to do. Okay, that looks a little better so that I'm able to see. I've got just a local site set up. This is not a live site so that I can make changes to it. And what I want to show you is how, if you're doing something that's time related, such as a cooking challenge, you can use ABI to insert a block and then schedule when that block would appear, essentially. And so we're going to use this block visibility plugin to make that happen. And what it's going to allow us to do is this schedule here where I can set dates that I want that block to appear, and then I'll have it appear in specific posts based on what's happening for the challenge. So you have to use your imagination a little bit, but the most important part that I really want to show you is how we can use this block visibility plugin. So let me install that first. Let's do block visibility. These, here we go, are installed. I'm going to activate this plugin and we're going to create a couple blocks with that. So I'm just going to create them as pages, but of course you would normally do this in ABI and DCB to have it show up automatically. I'm just going to do one page, and then we're going to have basically like January challenge and then February challenge. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I probably would have these as separate. They'd be inserted with automatic block inserted differently because I would want one of these. Let me go back because I think I'm not being very clear right now. So essentially for these challenges, there's a different recipe that is featured. And so for the January cooking challenge, we have a specific recipe, and it's this lentil soup. So inside of this lentil soup, I want to have a block that says, hey, this is this month's challenge. So what I would do is I would set up automatic block inserter to add in a block that goes into the post with this title. So automatic block inserter has a way to select which post is inserted based on the title. So I would select this title and I would say, hey, insert it into this particular post. And then I would want to schedule a different one for February so that when February comes, which yes, I know it's February right now, but in this example, when this one becomes active, then I can say on this post, I want the block to disappear. And I immediately want this post to now say, this is the current month's challenge. So I would have two separate automatic block inserters, and then inside of each of them, I would have a block that is scheduled. So January challenge would have to be one block and February challenge would be another. I'm thinking about this. I don't even know if this one needs DCB right now or not. It'd be easier if I obviously had those plugins installed and I could test it. But I don't. So I still just like kind of want to figure out how to make this happen and demonstrate it for you guys so that you guys could figure it out and like basically just know that there's cool things that aren't necessarily advertised on what we can do. And now that you guys understand ABI and DCB a little bit better, be able to kind of have an idea and figure out how you can do that with these plugins that pair so well together. So for this January challenge, I would use this visibility here, and then I want to do it by date and time. And I would say that this would be basically from the beginning of January to the end of January. And that's 12 a.m. So maybe I would just do till the beginning of February. And so now this block, if I clicked publish and I had automatic block inserter installed, would then show this is the current January challenge recipe. Find out more here. And then, this would be our link. Something like that. And then I want it to change automatically in February. So again, I would have this visibility, date and time. This one would start at the beginning of February and it would end at the beginning of March. And so now I have this different visibility here. So that's really all that there is to this. It's now adding another plugin that you can integrate with the others to kind of do some more advanced logic so that this could be set up by a VA, for example, and it would just run. You could set them all up a year in advance and you'd be good to go. There's obviously other things you could do with this. My initial thought was like kind of having holiday specific Amazon items or posts or something that are then done. Like that would be probably where I would use DCB a little bit more so that I insert them in certain places. And then I also have them visible at certain times based on holiday. But I think for this example that I'm showing, you probably would just need ABI. And then we'd be inserting something into just one post. So a little less like kind of far reaching across the entire site. But since this site does these cooking challenges, I think it makes a lot of sense for them. All right, that's a fun idea. Hopefully seeing that is inspiring and you can kind of figure out how to implement that on your own if you're looking to do so, even though I did not show you how to use any of our actual plugins while demonstrating it.